Hello again YouTube, and it's time for the third deck profile of all those deck profiles I promised. And it is Gustos today. I know there are some extra cards up here and I said I wasn't gonna do the extra deck. Well, I'm not, but they were just, these ones stay with the deck. I'll go over the extra deck to be honest. I run 2 Ultimate Axiom Kickers, these 3 Gusto cards, because they're pretty useful. That's 2 Freezes and a Guldos. Magical Androids, Catasta, Psychic Life Trancer, Overmind Archfiend, is it called? Level 8 one, not level 9 one. Fortwood Archfiend, that's the one. Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, you know, your generic synchros, and then like, I think I run Lightning Chidori, just because why not? But yeah, we'll get into the deck profile then. Obviously, we're going to have 3 Windows, key card of the deck, 3 Guldos, and 3 Eggles. They are your loop cards, you need them in Gustos, they are Gustos. Then we have 3 Calm. Calm shuffles into Gusto monsters from your graveyard to your deck to draw a card. Draw power you get off that's insane. You always have, because your Gusto loop cards, they keep searching into each other, you're always going to have Gustos in the graveyard. So you're she's almost always live. 2 Thunderbolts is another searcher I guess, but he can end the loop. Or he can begin the loop I guess, but not really. His effect, you can banish, when he's destroyed by battle, you banish a Gusto from your graveyard at the end of the battle phase. You'll always pick him. And then you get your summon off of that then. But it's a psychic monster he summons, so you can summon the next card, the level 5 monster here, Reese, Whirlwind of Gusto. I used to actually run Psyblocker, he used to be able to summon Psyblocker, win psychic monsters. But no, I don't run that anymore. So we have Reese here. Reese is like Psychic Jumper, if anyone knows what that is. Once per turn, return 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. Target 1 monster your opponent controls and 1 face-up Gusto monster you control, and then you switch control of them. So you can give them one of your searchers, like Eggle, take control of their boss monster, kill Eggle, get Eggle's effect, and you get the search back to your side of the field. Another thing that I like to summon off of that is Gusto Squirrel. Summon it in attack, use her effects, switch this 0 attack monster to their side of the field, and then if I could possibly destroy him by effect, I get his effect, and I can summon another Reese, because he can summon level 5s. So that's always pretty useful. As for the non-Gustos, I run 1 Silent Psychic Wizard. When you summon him, you can banish a Psychic monster in your graveyard, and then when he leaves the field, you special summon it. That does include Synchros, so if I say she's in the graveyard, I can special summon her from this, Synchro with him, and then she'll come back to the field. Triple Serene Psychic Witch, search out for the low-level Psychic monsters. You banish them, and then they come back during the end phase. Nope, standby phase, sorry. Which you can get out like a window with her, or my next card, Double Esper. Espergirl's always useful when she's banished. When she's special summoned from the banish zone, so like with Serene Psychic Witch's effect, you banish top card of your deck, and then when she leaves the field, you get to add that to your hand. Which is pretty much like an extra draw. She's level 2 tuner, which is always nice. So that's my monster count there. It's mostly Psychic monsters and obviously Gustos. So spells, we've got 1 Core Pen of Guldos, shuffle in 2 Wind monsters from your graveyard, and then return 1 card your opponent controls. Is 1 card? No, just any card in the field I think actually, yeah. Any card in the field to the owner's hand. In Dragunities I know they use this to return their field spell and activate it again, which is quite funny. But it's pretty useful, you know, just get rid of a card in the field. This does the same thing pretty much. 2 Wind monsters, and that's 2 Gusto monsters for this one, to destroy a card in the field. Same deal, but one's destruction, one's return. You never know which one's more useful. Broken Confusion, most of the monsters psychic, most of the extra deck is psychic. Ultimate Axiom Kicker is insanely broken. It is actually possible to summon Beast in this deck, but I am Barkion if I'm somehow magic. So if for some reason I was just playing a game where I could have infinite extra deck, I would actually run Natural Exterior as well, just because why not? Double Duality, barely have a special summon in your turn. You normally special summon in your opponent's turn unless you're going to Synchro, but you obviously don't activate this in the turn you're going to Synchro, that'd be dumb. Heavy Storm, staple. Creature Swap, that's another reason pretty much. You want to give them your searchers and then kill them. But with Creature Swap they get to choose what they pick, you know, what they give you, so the Reese is better, but this is easy to use. And then my final spell, my favourite tech card, Fissure. When I give them Squirrel, I can just go Fissure. It's got 0 attack, it's always going to be lowest attack monster on their field, and it was destroyed by card effects, so I get their effect off. If not, to be honest, Fissure's still a good card. I don't know why. I mean, I get why people don't run it, because there are better cards, but, you know, it's got its uses. If I give him a Guldos as well, I can get the effect of Fissure. You know, use Fissure, destroy that, probably the weakest monster on their field, get my effect before the battle phase starts. Could be useful. Anyway, so traps. We have triple Dust on Gusto. The reason I don't use this at the moment is because in England this isn't legal. But pretty much, your opponent can't activate cards or effects when a Gusto monster attacks this turn. You can summon your Freeze. If you don't know what Freeze does, the opponent takes battle damage of all Gusto monsters that you would have taken. So you summon your loop cards, you just keep attacking into their monsters. Your monsters die and you summon your new one. they're taking all the damage because it's freeze, and they can't activate any cards because of Dust Storm. It's pretty much an instant win. Double Threatening Roar to protect your monsters because they're pretty weak. Sometimes, I know you want them to be trouble battle, but not always. Sometimes you want to protect them. Double Torrential because I can actually gain plus off that. If I've got a Guldos face down, they summon a monster, I chain Torrential, kills their monster, I still get a monster out of Guldos. And double Dark Bribe because spells and traps are the real pain here. If they summon monsters, I don't really care, but I might Torrential them, but you know, Dark Bribe stops their spells and traps. I don't care if they get a draw, to be honest. Dark Bribe is still incredibly useful. So yeah, that should be a 42 card deck, or 40 card deck. I never really count these things anymore. So yeah, Gustos. Boom. Deck profile. Mentioned all the extra deck already. I don't really know what I'd side in Gustos. Can you really side in Gustos? Probably. Oh well.